Welcome to WSA TV. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer. And today we are excited to be here at WSA TV because Women Speakers Association, as you can see, specializes in helping people gain visibility for those women who have a passion. And we've been doing that for 10 years. And the ways we continue to do that continue to evolve. Today, we're going to talk about how to gain the competitive advantage and edge online. And we have Gail Watson, founder of Women Speakers Association, and Michela, the Global Operations and Training Director, with us. And they are experts in visibility. So I am super excited because last week, if you watched, we had on WSATV.com, where you can watch our recent episode, we had Charmaine Hammond and Jackie Lappin, who shared how they actually are gaining more visibility, how they've gained results and are creating more successes from their involvement with our community. So let's go over and talk about this with Gail. What are you seeing? What are you hearing from women entrepreneurs these days about selling their programs in this new virtual world and in our noisy marketplace we have?
Oh, thanks, Laura. Yes, it is a noisy virtual world, and we were all dumped into it, quite whether we liked it or not. And I'm having a lot of conversations with members and within our community, and I'm hearing that we're all good for putting ourselves out there in terms of we can get interviews and things like that, but oftentimes it's now we have to look at our business. Is our business really set up to operate online? And when I talk about that, I mean it could be anything from our systems, how we deliver to our customers, but also how we market. And that's a very, very big part of our business. And so what I'm seeing and hearing is a lot of time and energy are put into different online platforms. And as you know, we've had birth of a few new platforms come up, but we're not seeing a lot of conversion, right? So people are out there, we're working hard, we're putting a lot of time and energy into it, but we're not seeing that conversion. And we almost go into a panic mode when that happens. And when we go into panic mode, there's an approach. I don't know if you've heard, the shotgun approach where it just sprays everywhere. You just and we really go into that mindset of almost scarcity because we're trying everything. We want to hit, we want to find the magic button to make things happen. And it becomes very frustrating because hey, that you have a good product or a good service to get out there, and it's all about, it gets frustrating when we can't get out there.
It sure can. I'm hearing this all the time from clients and from people all over, women in our organization. How can I gain traction? How can I gain this visibility? How can I get the competitive advantage? Everybody went online. Everybody put their programs online. So what advice can you give to our viewers today about if they want to expand their visibility and create that advantage?
Sure. Well, top thing for sure is align with others, get connected into communities, leverage communities like Women Speakers Association. We know that if we come together and unite, we can go further together, right? And we want to get you out there, get your messages out there, whether it be on podcasts, on online networking. As you know, Women Speakers Association, the fourth Wednesday of every month, we have online networking, an excellent opportunity to get out there, get connected. And it's not just about being there and connecting. We show you how to work that as well. Another big thing is where we could really have some strong impact is showing up. Just those two words, show up. When you register for something, show up and show up professionally. Don't be in your car on your phone. you know Dress professionally. I mean, we are still presenting ourselves as service providers. So how you do anything is how we do everything. And in today's world, one of the biggest advantages and benefits is it is very easy and very cost effective to get your product and your service out there. But we have to be strategic. And we also need to not only be strategic, but understand the process of our customer's journey.
Ah, magic words, customer journey. I know that's music to Michela's ears and mine as well. And yeah, the networking that we do here at Women Speakers Association is amazing. And we, follow the customer's journey. So, Michela, tell us more about what that means, why it's important, and some tips or strategies to help people move to the stage of buying.
Thank you, Laura. Yes, the customer journey, such an important model that consumers go through, and we're all consumers, and we know this probably subconsciously. But there are consumer buying models that people follow. It's the psychology of the buyer, and regardless of your product or your service, how long you've been in business, whether you're business to business or business to consumer, whether you're selling a product or a particular service, where you're located, none of that matters. The model is tried and true, and there is a proven process. It's a blueprint. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And the key is really to get informed and to really understand how the wheel turns. And so one of the most common models that I'm sure a lot of people have perhaps heard of is the AIDA model. It's an acronym, AIDA, and it's really a blueprint for how that marketers use, to be honest, to plan out their marketing activities and their messaging, and the tactics that they're using to move people through and inspire our consumers to go from knowing us and liking us and trusting us to actually wanting us and our product or service, and eventually to converting. And so when we take a look at the model, when we break it down, we've got the first A, which is about attention or awareness. And so this is about creating that brand awareness or creating that visibility, exposure. That's all the same language. Creating an affinity or an affiliation with your product or service. And a lot of the different ways you can go about doing that. First of all, getting clear on your message. And that's something that we can help here at Women Speakers Association, is really getting clear on the message, owning the message, being focused with that, showing up, as Gail is saying, going to, for example, some of those networking events, learning how to have a powerful 1 or 2 minute introduction, learning how to use that chat box to bring more visibility to who you are. There is social media, there is interviews, there's content marketing, getting your expertise out into the world. And so those are some of the different strategies that you can use to create more awareness for yourself. Once you've created awareness, then people don't rarely, shall we say, go from awareness to action, right? There's a couple more steps in between there. So the next step in the funnel is the I, which is interest. And that's where you are deliberately doing things to generate interest, to go from not just being attractive, but to be interesting, and really showcasing those products and services and your messages. And this can be things like having an email campaign where you have particular emails that go out to your list, maybe a newsletter where you're really creating that interest of who you are and what you offer. Blogging can also be quite good for that, to get your message out there and to create that interest. So after interest, you've gotten some visibility. Now the know, like, and trust factor is kicking in. And so after that, we move to D, which is desire. And that's when we go from being liked to really being wanted and desired by our audience. And again, we have to create that. We have so much influence and power over our message and over our platforms and our activities. And it's quite an empowering place to be. This doesn't just happen by accident. You can design that. And so in the desire phase, we're creating that emotional connection. And that's where that emotional connection becomes super important. So things like webinars, free trials, an ebook where or video tip series or something like this, Facebook Lives, etc., where you can really showcase who you are and create that desire for your products or services. And then finally, once you've created that desire, then you can make an offer, you can have a call to action, you can have your shopping cart or your payment system, your testimonials, where you are then really tipping people over into, pulling out their credit card and making a commitment, taking action. And that's where that conversion language comes into play. So we rarely go right from attraction to conversion. There's a few steps in there, but the beauty is that you have influence over that journey, which is a beautiful thing. It can be a little bit difficult to do on your own. And I appreciate that not everybody is a marketer or loves marketing, but knowledge is power, and then at least it can help you plan and move ahead with getting support in that right direction.
Well, that really gives people the competitive advantage if they present themselves correctly. And what you just gave was the model to do that, the AIDA model. And I love it. And yes, there's a lot of moving pieces to it. So I think we have an invitation at this point where we'd like to invite people. You too are doing a program on June 9th, an extended training to easily build your brand and quickly raise your visibility and gain that competitive edge online. And tell us what you're going to do. It's June 9th for everyone at 1 p.m. Pacific, and you can see more details at speakersuccesstraining.com. But Michela, I thought you could cover why should people attend?
Sure. So in the training, we're going to be exploring the model more in depth, and really helping you understand all of the different pieces and the different parts of that blueprint, sharing some more in-depth strategies. One of the hardest parts is getting traction. And this is one of the things that we've heard a lot, especially over this past year, is with the women entrepreneurs and the members we've been talking to, is that as Gail mentioned, you have an amazing product or service, but getting enough people into the top of that AIDA funnel, if you will, is sometimes the biggest challenge. And so we're going to focus our training next week really on the top of that funnel, that attraction and interest, those two steps there to get more people into the funnel so that you can then create momentum, because that's really what we want. You may have heard that the snowball effect, right? That snowball effect of momentum, where that snowball gets faster and faster as it's going down the hill. That's what we want for you all. And in order to get that momentum, we first need to get traction, so that, and we want to help you do that, so that you're not feeling like you're pushing that ball up the hill on your own, number one, and number two, not having as much success and getting a little bit deflated or, losing confidence around that. So really in the training, it's all about sharing with you how to create that exponential exposure by using leverage, not by working harder, right? So it's about working smarter, not harder. This blueprint for really increasing your visibility and gaining credibility quickly and sustainably online. Some strategies to get more reach, and especially on a global basis, because now online means you can sell anywhere in the world, which is a beautiful thing. So much easier to do, and really how to rise quickly and stand out above the noise, simply by being your unique self. There isn't any sort of weird, creepy marketing, tactics that we're going to be sharing. It's really about how to shine, be your unique self, and just do it more strategically, and so that you can create more success for yourself.
And here's what I love about what both you, Michela, and Gail do. You make it easy. You have it organized. You lay it out there so it's easy to follow, because there can be a lot of moving parts. So I highly encourage everyone to attend June 9th. That's next Wednesday at 1 p.m. And that's Pacific. And go to speakersuccesstraining.com, register, get yourself in there, because you're going to get like so much meat, right? And Gail, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, I just want to invite everybody to join in. I mean, as a community, we are here to serve you. We take it to heart when we're hearing these stories of the struggles that you've gone through, what we've all been through. And we wanted to put together something really robust, something really jam-packed with a lot of great information that could get you into momentum. We're halfway through 2021 now, just about, and hard to believe, isn't it? And we want you to have a stellar Q3 and 4, get you into momentum so you're flying high in 2022. We're playing the long game here with you. So please come in, get connected. Let's do this together.
And I'm really glad you said the long haul, because anybody with a passion who wants to make a difference needs a strategy. And a strategy is not, like you said, Michela, just that deer in headlights, let's try something, shiny object syndrome. It's really coming from best practices of things that's worked, things that we've been doing for the last decade with Women Speakers Association members. So join us at speakersuccesstraining.com, June 9th, 1 p.m. I can't wait for it. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks.
Bye.